Hello to all my college football fans and friends out there. Welcome to another sports edition of the Buckeye Vinny YouTube channel sports show. My friends, don't forget, click that subscribe button, click that like button, and continue watching the Buckeye Vinny YouTube channel sports show. Now let's get down to some college football talk. We have, coming up, number 6, Ole Miss, 13-1. Will be taking on the Miami Hurricanes, 12-2, 10th seed. And what more can you say, my friends? In the Fiesta Bowl, what a game this should be. I'm going to break these two teams down, starting with the number 6 seed, 13-1, coached by Pete Golding. What a job he's done. Offensively, this team nearly averages 500 yards per game. They come in exactly at 496 total yards per game. Defensively, they give up 340. We're talking about a Pete Golding team that puts up 37 points per game. Defensively, they give up 20. Their bread and butter has been their rushing attack. Kewan Lacey, 1,464 yards on the year, 23 rushing touchdowns. You know, when you have a team that puts up 180 rushing yards per game, this is a for real rushing attack. When you look at their QB1, Trinidad Chambliss, what a job he's done. He's passed for 3,660 yards on the year, completing 66% of his passes, 21 touchdown strikes, only 3 interceptions. My friends, this is a big reason why Ole Miss is playing in the semifinals, is because Trinidad Chambliss doesn't turn the ball over. My friends, 14 games played, and he's only thrown 3 interceptions the entire season. He's also rushed for 8 rushing touchdowns. You know, I look at this young man. He's done a splendid job managing this offense. Okay? This is a offense, like I mentioned, that averages 37 points per game. The road to the semifinals for Ole Miss looked this way. Defeated Tulane in a rout 41-10, and took the Dogs down 39-34 in a track meet. I break these two teams down. This is an Ole Miss team that gives up 194 passing yards to their opponents' quarterbacks. Like I mentioned, defensively, they give up 146 yards on the ground. I'm going to predict who I believe will win this game at the end of the video. Now I'm going to move on to the 10th seed, Coach Mario Cristobal and the Miami Hurricanes, coming in at 12-2. You know, my friends, I look at this defense. Okay, first of all, I'm a firm believer that defense wins championships. We're talking about in the 2 games in the playoffs for Miami. They defeated Texas A&M 10-3, and they took down the Buckeyes 24-14. My friends, A&M came in averaging 38 points a game, and Miami stymied them to just 3 points in the entire football game. Then they faced off against the Ohio State Buckeyes. The Buckeyes came in that game averaging 35 points a game, and the Buckeyes were shut out in the first half. Second half, the Buckeyes put up 14 points, but that was it. So you can hold A&M to just 3 points, the Buckeyes to 14. Miami's only given up 17 points in 2 playoff games. Phenomenal. We are talking about a Cane team that averages 32 points on the year. Defensively, a stingy 13 points. Offensively, Miami puts up 406 yards per game. Defensively, they only give up 285. Rushing, Miami averages 152 yards on the ground, led by Brown and Mark Fletcher Jr. Defensively, this jumped out at me. The Canes only give up 84 rushing yards to their opponents. Passing, defensively, the Canes give up 200 yards a game to their opposition's quarterback. And speaking of quarterbacks, they are led by Carson Beck, completing an amazing 74% of his passes, 3,313 yards passing, 27 touchdown strikes, 10 interceptions. But my friends, once again, Mark Fletcher Jr., 947 yards on the ground and 10 rushing touchdowns. And what a job he did against the Buckeyes. He rushed for 90 yards and a score against the Ohio State Buckeyes. You know, my friends, this is going to be a whale of a game without a doubt. Offensively, I have to give the nod to Ole Miss. Defensively, without a doubt, hands down, the Miami Hurricanes. Miami comes in 46 team sacks on the season. They are led by Ruben Bain, 8.5 sacks. What a job he's done. And how about Akeem Mesidor? 10.5 sacks for Mesidor and 57 tackles. This is a Canes team defensively. What a job in the secondary. Bryce Fitzgerald, 6 interceptions on the year. Jacoby Thomas, 5 picks on the season and leads the team with 62 tackles. And how about Keontae Scott? 2 interceptions on the season, and my friends, both of those interceptions went for pick sixes. This Keontae Scott is the real deal. You know, without a doubt, he turned that whole game around when he picked off Julian Sayin in the first half to help the Canes go up 14-0 before halftime. This is a team that comes in, the Canes defensively, 16 team interceptions, defensively 9 fumble recoveries. So they have 25 takeaways on defense. And my friends, what more can you say? 2 defensive touchdowns, both pick sixes. So my friends, what more can you say? The history of these two teams, not a big series. Ole Miss does hold the series all time. 2 wins, 1 loss. 1936, Ole Miss beat the Canes 14-0. 1940, Ole Miss won again 21-7. And in 1951, Miami defeated the Rebels 20-7. My friends, bottom line, I'm just going to say this. I like the Miami Hurricanes and that special defense between Ruben Bain Jr. and Akeem Mesidor. What more can you say? 46 team sacks on the year. 25 turnovers, takeaways for the defense. Fitzgerald, Jacoby Thomas, Keontae Scott playing lights out. I do believe they will find a way to stymie the receivers for Ole Miss, and they have some good ones. But nonetheless, my friends, I am just so impressed on what the Canes were able to do in 2 of their playoff games, holding A&M to 3 in the entire game and hold the Buckeyes to just 14 points. I like the Canes in this football game to defeat Ole Miss. My friends, if you are new to my channel, please click on the subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button. Like always, not only do I love to read your comments, but I love to get back and respond to every comment that I do read. So please comment down below who you feel will win this game. I like the Canes and that defense only yielding 13 points per game to their opponents. And just the way I seen how Miami's D-line handled Texas A&M's O-line and handled big time the Buckeyes O-line, case closed. The linebackers for Miami, they've been playing lights out. The safeties, the D-backs, lights out. And the D-line, what more can you say? Carson Beck has never played a game that hurt his team this season. Like I said, he played very well against Ohio State. Key rushes to keep those drives alive. He played well enough to beat A&M. And when you have a running back like Brown and Mark Fletcher Jr., that's going to help open up the passing attack, I like the Miami Hurricanes once again to knock off Ole Miss Rebels in this football game. My friends, like always, peace out. God bless you all. Click on this face right up here to subscribe. And until next time, keep on watching, keep on subscribing, and keep on liking. Once again, Canes will win this game in the Fiesta Bowl. You heard it right here. Buckeye Vinny is out.